Hey, I was just chatting with a buddy who's thinking about turning his backyard into a real-deal outdoor kitchen, and he was freaking out about the price tag. He asked, what if I spend a ton of money and it ends up being a half-baked idea? That's the exact spot where I pause, because I've spent the last few weeks looking at a handful of full-size island grills, reading the specs, checking how they fit into everyday life, and even scrolling through a few forum threads where people talk about the day-to-day grind of cooking outside. If you're in the same boat, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The unit we're talking about is the Kiweu 84-inch Deluxe stainless steel outdoor kitchen barbecue island. It's the sort of thing that looks like it belongs in a restaurant patio, not just a weekend warrior's backyard. It's built from SS304 stainless steel, packs 5 high-output burners that together deliver 75,300 BTU, and comes with a sink, a wine cooler, a small refrigerator, Granite-look countertops, and even a rotisserie kit. The whole thing is modular, so you can theoretically break it down and reconfigure it if you move. First, let's talk about the kind of person who actually gets the most out of a setup like this. If you're the host who throws weekly barbecues, loves cooking multiple dishes at once, or you run a small catering side hustle from home, the ability to grill a steak, steam veggies in the sink, keep a bottle of roast chilled, and have a little fridge for sauces all in one workstation is a massive time saver. The 5 burners mean you can dedicate a high heat zone for searing, a medium zone for burgers, and a low heat zone for keeping food warm without overcooking. The rotisserie kit adds a whole new dimension if you ever want to do a whole chicken or a small pork roast without having to set up a separate spit. For families that eat outdoors on warm evenings, the built-in sink turns the island into a real prep station, so you're not shuffling between the house kitchen and the grill. Now, who should walk away? If you live in a tiny urban patio, an 84-inch island will dominate the space and likely block the flow. The unit itself weighs well over 300 pounds, so you'll need a solid concrete slab or a very sturdy deck to support it, plus a professional to hook up a gas line and run electricity to the fridge and wine cooler. Renters, or anyone who can't commit to that level of permanent installation, will find the upfront cost and the logistics a steep hill to climb. Also, if you're the just want a mammoth grill master, the extra appliances are probably more than you'll ever use, and you might end up paying for features you never touch. Let's dig into the practical strengths that make this island more than just a pretty piece of metal. The SS304 stainless steel is the same grade you see in commercial kitchens, which means it resists rust and corrosion even after a harsh winter. That translates to a lower maintenance routine. You can hose it down after a rainy night, and it won't develop the orange-brown stains you sometimes see on cheaper steel. The Granite-look countertops are actually a solid surface laminate that's heat-resistant, so you can set a hot pan on the side without worrying about scorching. The 5 burners are individually controlled, so you can run a low flame for a slow-cooked sauce while cranking another burner to 800F for that perfect sear. The rotisserie motor is built into the island, meaning you don't have to buy a separate attachment. You just slide the spit in, lock it, and let the motor do the work. On the flip side, there are a few hidden trade-offs that buyers need to keep in mind. The fridge and wine cooler are small. Think about a 6-can capacity for the fridge and a 2-bottle space for the cooler, so they're great for keeping a few condiments or a bottle of wine chilled, but not for restocking an entire pantry. They also require a dedicated 120-volt line, which means you'll need either an outdoor outlet nearby or an electrician to run one. The sink, while handy, adds extra plumbing complexity. You'll have to decide whether to connect it to your house's water supply or use a portable water tank, and you'll need a drain line that complies with local codes. The modular design is a plus for shipping, but assembly is not a weekend DIY project. You'll need at least 2 strong people, a crane or a lift, and a set of tools to bolt the sections together. The price point, which sits in the mid-4-figure range, reflects all these components. And while the overall quality feels solid, you're essentially paying for the convenience of having all those appliances in one footprint. I tried to picture a typical summer weekend with this island. Imagine you're firing up the high-heat burner to sear a rack of lamb, while the medium burners are holding a pot of urban-fused water for the side veggies.